Alright, so for this week's research assignment, I'm going to be speaking about Ember.js using Ember CLI, which is the command line interface for Ember.js. Just quickly, I wanted to say thanks to Andy Brown from the techcofounder.com for a few great tutorials to help me really pick up Ember.js using Ember CLI, and then also Eric from programwitheric.com. He also had some very good Ember CLI instructions and how-tos. So Ember.js is an open source client-side JavaScript web application framework. It allows developers to create scalable single-page applications. Ember CLI is an Ember.js command line utility which provides a fast asset pipeline powered by Broccoli and a strong conventional project structure. Broccoli has support for handlebars, emblem, less, sass, compass, stylus, CoffeeScript, EmberScript, Minified.js, and CSS. I personally don't know how to use all of these quite yet, but I am looking forward to learning more here in the next few months. So, the Ember command line interface is a great way of creating the initial asset installation pipeline. Both the entire project structure and individual routes, controllers, views, templates, etc. In other terms, it brings uniformity to the machine. It might not seem like a big deal in itself, but uniformity is what really makes a difference. It allows library authors to know the foundation of the development environment where its code will be plugged into every time. Another plus to the Ember.js web application framework is that it is Bootstrap compatible. Love Bootstrap. And here's just a quick screenshot on what the command line interface looks like, specifically in this instance creating a route called index. So you can see up at the top I'm calling the Ember command with the G modifier, which says create this globally throughout the app and create the route, which is called index. Down below you can see that it's installing both the route and the template, and then also creating a test route. I'm not going to go into the different pros of using tests, mainly because I don't know how to use them or write them just yet, but I'm hoping that I will learn here in the next few months. So just a few key concepts before you start your own Ember.js web application. The templates are written in handlebars. You can go on the handlebars website to get more information, but in addition to plain HTML, templates can contain expressions using the double curly brackets, which take information from the templates model and puts it into HTML. The outlets, which are placeholders for other templates, as users move around your app, different templates can be plugged into the outlet by the router. You can put outlets into your template using the double curly bracelet outlet helper, which I will show you shortly when I do the code walkthrough demonstration. Components, which are custom HTML elements that you can use to clean up repetitive templates or create reusable controls, and I'll go into more detail about components here in just a second. The routers, which translates the URL into a template view. Just a side note, a cool function of Ember is when someone clicks on a link, they can reliably see the same content as the original user. And components, here we go. They are custom HTML tags, which they allow you to create reusable controls that can simplify your application's template. Just a quick side note on components. I think that we're going to be seeing a shift here in the next coming years as the online community starts to agree on certain custom HTML tags that will probably be written into the next release of HTML, which I would assume be called version 6. So models, a model is an object that stores a persistent state, e.g. the data. A route, which tells the template which model to display, and then of course the controller, which we've learned a lot in Angular, which stores the application state. Okay, just a quick disclaimer before we get started. I followed the tutorial on both Ember.js on their website and then also on Andy's blog. Andy provided a good tutorial on this application using the command line interface, whereas Ember's tutorial was more of a manual iteration through it. So I went back and forth. Ember's version of the to-do walkthrough was more informative in the sense of actually teaching you the concepts of the framework, whereas Andy discuss possible error messages that might appear as you're creating this through the command line interface. So I tag team back and forth, and I will provide links to both of those in case you guys want to do it. It took me about 90 minutes from start to finish. So as you can see, you can add things and remove things from the to-do list. You can mark them as completed. You can remove them. Just what you would expect from a basic to-do application. There are different views that are created within the application itself, as you can see. The complete URL, the active URL, and then the all is the default template, the index page. So looking into the actual code itself, all of these files and directories were created automatically using the command line interface. None of them were created manually, which again is a great bonus, and also when it comes to creating a uniform application if you were to have multiple people working on it. So this is the main HTML page. You can see that there's different areas to inject your different handlebar templates. The main handlebar template called application.hbs has this outlet that I was referring to earlier. The outlet will actually link to different handlebar templates deeper within your directory in the application itself, and as you can see, you have outlets within outlets that would link you to, say, this index.hbs handlebar template, which actually holds each item in the to-do list. As you can see, it iterates through each item within your to-do model. So here are the 1-week project, 2-week project, 3-week project, 4 and 5, and you can also see that you can enter both. You can mark objects, keys as strings, boolean, and there's also others as well. So you can see that all of this information is held within the application itself. So I am running out of time, but I've enjoyed talking about this so far. I wish I had more time to talk about this. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Mr. Thomas Jackson at fullsail.edu.